Cindy Fertsch. How you doing, Cindy?
Hey Raymond, I'm great. How are you?
She's coming off of her birthday, so
I
we
am.
are glad to have her here with us. Who have you have with you this evening?
Thank you, Raymond. I'm here with Jayson Dobson, who is one of the owners of the Bourbon Room, which is Atlantic City's newest entertainment venue. It's in the home of the former House of Blues.
Okay.
Iconic place, location, and they're really bringing it back to life and doing some exciting things. So we're excited to have Jayson with us today.
Great. I was just there a little while ago. I met Eric Roberts over at Showboat for the Garden State Comic Fest. All right.
Nice.
Well, with just to let our listeners know, you are the publisher and you're editor-in-chief too of Shore Local magazine, right?
I wear a lot of hats. Yep, that's me.
Okay, and people can pick that up at a lot of places around here in South Jersey, as well as get it online at shorelocalnews.com.
.com.
All right.
Absolutely. Anywhere free newspapers are found. All the ShopRites, Wawa's, Dunkin' Donuts, 350 other locations throughout the county. Basically anywhere free newspapers are located.
Okay, and they can also read The Light with Raymond Tyler, the print version of this radio show.
Excellent column. We're happy to have it. You can also go to shorelocalnews.com and read the magazine in its entirety. And we have presence on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter as well.
Great, great. All right, well, it's up to you now. It's time for the Shore Local segment with Cindy Fertsch.
Okay. Well, thank you. Thanks so much for having us here. And we're here with Jayson Dobson, owner of the Bourbon Room.
One of the owners.
One of the owners of the Bourbon Room. So, Jayson, tell us about the Bourbon Room.
The Bourbon Room is just, well, first of all, let's start with wishing you a happy birthday.
Thank you.
You had a big milestone yesterday, looking, and probably the best I've ever seen you. I mean, first of all, Cindy is one of our veteran training clients at the Island Gym out here in South Jersey. So I see Cindy on a regular basis, putting in that work, 3, 4, maybe even 5 days a week, 60 minutes long, high intense, functional, full body training. So she's a beast, as humble as she may sound and as sweet as she may sound. When she puts in that work, she puts it in. So congratulations on your birthday, and congratulations on doing your part to proactively, just make your life as happy, healthy, and positive as possible. So
thank you,
first of all, that's what I wanted to touch on. But secondly, the Bourbon Room is exactly what the name implies. It's the Bourbon Room. Just to go hand in hand with Bourbon Street. We're located in the Showboat, Atlantic City. And if you've been to the Showboat recently, or even back when it was first built, the Showboat has a lot of decor, and a lot of its look is that New Orleans, Mardi Gras, Bourbon Street type feel. So that's pretty much what we did. We wanted to run with that name simply because it is a music hall. It is the former House of Blues, so a lot of nostalgic and epic memories came out of that venue and that theater. So we wanted to keep that same mindset, keep that same mentality, but still help people understand that we are trying to bring that exact same of energy, the live entertainment, the live DJs, the live music. But we still want to add another splash. The Broadway theater. Your conventional expos and seminars and things of the such to the venue.
That's fantastic, Jayson. And you just had your grand opening event on March 24th, correct?
That's correct. Yeah, it was an ECWA. Again, we're trying to touch every form of entertainment. We're trying to be the Las Vegas style of family entertainment, but here in Atlantic City. So our first event was the ECWA pro wrestling event, which was a huge success. Hundreds of parents and kids, basically came together, had a great time in the building that night. A lot of love and respect to that group of men that came out and women that came out there, because they put on a great performance, great show. But more importantly, it was our way to do our soft opening. It is a venue that can seat, or house 2,300 people at the same time.
Wow.
So 1,700 standing room and another 600 and change in theater seating. So there's a lot of moving parts. There's ushers, there's porters, there's ticket agents, there's box office, there's security, there's bartenders, there's operations managers. So that was a good way to just see everything in motion, and see our vision actually come to life.
It's huge.
Yeah.
Are you still hiring? I know you hired. Was it
we just did a job fair. We brought
Okay.
200 new employees on board.
fantastic?
So you know we're staffed at the moment, but the
Okay.
thing is every day and every week we add on new events. So we went from Fridays and Saturdays were booked. Now we're working on booking Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. So and Sundays. It's not just closed to our events. We are open to private events and banquets. And I mean, if somebody wanted to celebrate a wedding there, they could have their wedding ceremony in the room. Yep, in the House of Blues. I mean,
Wow.
formerly the House of Blues. So
Yeah.
it gets no more nostalgic than that.
It really doesn't.
Yep.
And last weekend you had, was it a whiskey social?
Yeah. So our follow-up event, which was the week after, was a whiskey social. So it was our version of a wine tasting. So about 40 of the top whiskey producers in the country and sometimes overseas came out. They had their booth, they had their table, and it was just a free for all. You walked in, there was buffet and pretty much as much whiskey as you can take down. Sampling each one of these tables was a good way to celebrate a second event, and more importantly, again, just bring that feeling of fun and energy into the building. That we've been looking to not just duplicate, what that House of Blues had brought to the table, but also try to put into the city as far as just building that camaraderie amongst the city, the community, the locals, even the other establishments, the other casinos, the other hotels, the other nightlife venues. We just want to bring that unity, and that was an event that I was proud of because a lot of the top guys in other locations, Kevin Skull from the Golden Nugget, and the just top guys in the industry, stopped by and just showed love, and that's pretty much what our initial business model and vision was, just to be that place where everyone can just get together as locals, a venue or a room for the people, by the people.
That's fantastic.
Thank you.
As you mentioned, Jayson, you're one of the owners. Who are the other two?
Yeah, there are
owners?
two other partners. One of the partners is Rob Erickson. He runs a few other clubs and lounges in North and Central Jersey. And then the other partner is Brian Miranda. Brian Miranda is one of the co-owners of Wonder Bar out in Atlantic
Nice.
City. So I mean, if you're a local, you got to know the Wonder Bar, and
Right.
you guys have seen what that him and his team have done over there in regards to just giving the place a facelift. And Wonder
Right.
Bar has always been like a staple or a landmark in Atlantic City, but over the past 2-3 years, they really brought that place back to life.
They sure did. He did a great job.
So
there.
I mean, we have a lot of guys in the right places that know their stuff, and we all bring just enough to the table from what we possess to make this not just a successful endeavor, but a long-lasting endeavor. A lot of times in the entertainment industry, you'll see something go good for a year or two, and then slowly it fizzles away.
Right.
We're not in it to just get the fireworks for a year and a half. We're looking to be here long term. And I feel like it's just a matter of bringing that top-notch entertainment to the city that everyone can find a day or a night that they can be involved with it. So whether it's the kids, whether it's the veterans, whether it's our law enforcement officers, a stay-at-home mom, everyone, there should be something, a comedy show, a Broadway musical, a bodybuilding competition. Everyone should be able to find one day a week that they can go in there and make some memories.
I love it. That's
Thank you.
fantastic.
Thank
And
you.
they're real. I think the community loves it. I think there's a buzz in the air that's nearly tangible that this is just one more wonderful thing that's happening in Atlantic
Right.
City. And Atlantic City, it's on its way back.
Yes, it is.
It's just becoming clearer and clearer every day, and the Bourbon Room is a big piece of it.
Yeah. I've done a lot of interviews recently since we launched, and once we were working on the grand launch, and a lot of radio hosts, newspaper interviewers or reporters asked me. They said, "Are you nervous? Like, is there any anxiety involved? Or what's your game plan with the Hard Rock opening to the right of you and Rebel reopening as the Ocean Resorts to the left of you? Like, how do you feel?" And I said just what you said. I said, listen, I think the timing is impeccable. I said, we're right on the curve of growth, and I always give love to the other establishments, restaurants, bars, lounges, anything involved in the entertainment industry that still held it down, because for a while, AC was in a lull. It was
Yeah.
what it was. I mean, we watched, a couple thousand people lose jobs in the space of a year to 2 years. So AC was in a bad position. And if it wasn't for the other locations and the other venues and establishments that kind of held it together, we wouldn't even have the ability to build it back up. So
Right.
with them doing their part, then we have a monster like Hard Rock opening. They have a great track record, as
Yep.
far as just entertainment and just, setting the bar so high that everyone around them has to step their game up,